I realized that most of the things that changed my life weren't huge breakthroughs. They were just small habits that I repeated consistently. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 habits that can genuinely help you level up. Not because they're trendy, not because they're glamorous, but because they actually force you to be the person that you said you want to be. And number one, keep promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Self-confidence comes from self-trust. If you don't have self-trust, girl, you're not going to be confident. You're not going to be confident in anything you do, anything you say. You know your word don't mean nothing. Like, you don't want that. We don't want that. Believe in yourself and say what you mean what you say. Literally. If you say you're going to do something bad, please do it. It shouldn't be that hard. You shouldn't keep making broken promises to yourself. You shouldn't keep saying, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, next week, next time, like, girl, when are you going to do it? At that point, it feels like never. Keep promises to yourself because you will keep believing in yourself and you will keep knowing that you're capable of doing more, and know that when you say you're going to do something, babe, you're going to do it. Okay? Number two, stop letting your phone control your life. Stop. Please stop doom scrolling. Please put the phone down. I put an app timer on my phone. I have a phone lockbox because these phones are crazy. I know that they're useful, but they also have programmed them to keep us there and not do anything else. But before you know it, you have scrolled for literally like 2 hours straight. And it's like, wow, that is actually insane. You want to create more than consume. And if you don't want to create at this point in life, I don't know how you're going to make it in this economy. But if you don't want to create, I don't think you want to just sit there and consume, because all you're consuming is a bunch of people's thoughts and a bunch of people's comments and opinions and nonsense. It kind of makes it harder for you to form your own. And I think that's what they be wanting to do. But there's a whole real world out there that you actually do need to explore. There's actually things, tangible things that you could be doing and playing with and knitting and sewing and using your hands, using your body, like using your mind to do things and not just sit on your phone and scroll. And I know it's easy. It's so easy. I'm not going to say like I don't ever doom scroll, but I have definitely made it a point when I know that I'm doing it too much. I don't even like watching stories too much. I feel very like, why am I doing this? Like, okay, get off the app, because I don't watch 5 people's story in a row. Why? I don't care what they're doing today. That is not nothing to do with what I got going on. But I get it. They programmed us to stay there. They programmed us to not want to put the damn phone down. But you need to take control of that. Take control of the phone and stop letting the phone control your life. Thank you. Number 3, implement a schedule. Have a schedule. I have a schedule even on my days off. Having a schedule just gives you clarity on the times. And I feel like a lot of people have time blindness. I get it. But I feel like constantly looking at a clock, constantly having time blocks, constantly having alarms set for certain things, that eliminates all of that. Then you don't sit there and doom scroll because you're like, oh, I actually have to do this right now. Or you're not wasting your days off or wasting time like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And it ain't gotten done in like a few weeks, but you had plenty of time to do it. If you would have just scheduled it in, it would have been more a priority and it would have probably got done if you put it on your schedule. I mean, there's the reminder app, there's the calendar app, there's apps that have like, they're structured. I like Structured. That's an app on the App Store. There's real planners that you can use, but having a schedule, like I said, clarity and timeliness and getting more things done. Wake up earlier. Number 4, get up earlier, please. Earlier than probably most likely what you're doing now. It doesn't make sense for you to get up right before you got to go do something. It don't make sense to get up right before you got to go to work, right before you got to get ready for work. You're rushing, your brain's all foggy, you didn't eat, you didn't wake your brain up for real. You're just going straight. Like, I know people have certain schedules, but I still feel like getting up at least like an hour before you start your work routine, not at work, but before you start getting ready for work, to at least just give your mind something to process. And you can journal, you can read, you can walk, you can meditate, but something to wake you up and pour into yourself before you go exhaust yourself to the world and let the world use and abuse you, damn it. But definitely getting up earlier is a life hack, and I will stand on that. I will die on that hill. I don't care. Get up earlier before you got to do things, because getting up and just going to do stuff, I don't know. I know if you're like staying up too late, but why are you staying up too late? Is it because you was on that phone, or was it because you was working late and you're in this grind mode or whatever? But for the most part, give yourself some time to process before you go and have to process a bunch of other stuff. You might gotta process your dreams, and you can't even do that because you just woke up and just had to leave out the door. Like, no. We're not doing that. We're trying to transform. We're trying to be better. We're trying to get to our goals. So let's just wake up a little bit earlier. Give ourselves time to give yourself more time. That's it. Number 5, track your finances, please and thank you, because we're getting too grown to not know where the money is coming in and where it is going to and why. Track. They have Rocket Money. They have your mobile banking apps. You can use a pen and a paper. I don't care. But track your finances. It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be something that's just up in the air. You just kind of know, but don't really know. You don't really know because I don't really use that. I don't really pay them bills. Like, I get it, girl, but like, nah, you should know a little something. You should know some numbers. You should have an idea, you know? It's not, and you should know where the money needs to go to, where you might need to stop spending so much money at, and where you might need to, redirect the money to. If you're spending way too much money on fast food, girl, and you could have went and got some groceries and then spent, the little bit you had left over towards some type of debt, that is managing your finances. That's being responsible with your money. That's not saying, oh, I just spent this and that. There's no reason you have money for things, extracurricular things like drinking and partying and kicking it and shopping, but you don't have money to pay off certain things. I get it. Yes, we all live once. However, I want to live a long life. And if I want to live a long life, I'm not trying to be sitting here hustling while I'm old. So I need to figure out how to make all this foundation right now, these 20s and 30s that I'm trying to build. I need to get on it quick, and I need it to be very much so a very solid foundation, because I promise you, I'm not trying to be older and worried about all that. So what I'm worried about now, definitely getting everything on track. Finances aligned, investments correct, everything making sense, everything flowing where it needs to go. If you don't know nothing about no financial literacy, please pick up a book. Please go look it up on TikTok while you're on that phone scrolling. They got all types of information about it. And YouTube. Chat as well. So there's no reason you don't know anything. I know that it's not taught in school. I know that a lot of people don't grow up with it talked about in their family, because especially minorities, that's not really something that's talked about. But it is definitely something that you guys need to know, and it is definitely something that, especially in this day and age, I feel like it's super important with everything going on, period. Very important. Get on your top of your finances and stop spending crazy. Number 6, move your body. If fitness is not something in your life, you need to absolutely implement it, because health is wealth. You have this one body that you have for the rest of your life, and if you're not moving it, if you're not helping it, it's not doing it on its own. It's getting older, so you have to help it. Once you get past the child, at that point, you got to start helping your body, because it's not helping itself. It's not growing. It's not really like producing as many new cells. It's just low-key breaking down. So you need to support it. You need to care about the fitness. You need to care about the food you're eating. You need to care about your vitamins. You need to care about all of the things as much as you possibly can, and stop neglecting it. But absolutely move your body. Walking is such a good thing to do. I will die on that hill too. Walk. Get your steps in. It doesn't hurt most people, and it's super low impact on the body, and it is great for your heart and great for your health. So if you can't do anything, I suggest you walk. Also, of course, weightlifting. Definitely lift some weights, but definitely get to walking. If you can walk every day, you can see the difference. Walk for an hour every day. Watch. You'll see the difference. 7th habit I would say is to put effort into yourself. Make sure that you look approachable. Not even necessarily approachable. Make sure that you look not even put together, but like, don't look like you just rolled out of bed, didn't brush your hair, didn't brush your teeth, didn't even change your clothes. Like that. Come on now. I get not wanting to be super duper done up. I get not wanting to have a full face of makeup on all the time, but the way that people see you is definitely a first impression, and first impressions do make an impression, and you not caring about how people see you tells them that you don't care about how you see yourself. And I get that might not even really be the case. You might just be not really caring for the moment, or you might be going through something or something. But for the most part, please just try to love yourself more to the point where you're like, I don't want to present myself this way, and I don't want people to have this lasting impression of me this way, or I don't want to fall short of something because of the wrong impression that I gave somebody when that wasn't even, I wasn't trying to do that, but it could happen like that. So preventative measures is to try, just put on something that is, cool, and not cool, but cool, and not think about how you want people to receive you. That's all I'll say. When you look at people, when you look at them, I know we all judge. You can't say we don't judge. We all judge. We don't know how to not judge. Whether we might judge for different things, but we all judge. And think about when you see something that you don't like, and it has nothing to do with you. You might not act on it or say anything, but in your head you just think something, and think about that. Think about how you could possibly maybe do something that you don't even like looking like that either, but just try to be better at being proactively showing up for yourself, tidying up yourself, and coming out of the house looking like something, not nothing. Number 8. Eighth habit, babe, stop talking down to yourself. Please, 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 please. There's no reason to beat yourself up. There's no reason to talk crazy to yourself. There's no reason to belittle yourself. I don't condone. I don't do that. I don't like that. I just don't, because you are not where you've been. You are not what happened to you. You are not the mistakes you've made. But you aren't that. You're more than that. Whatever that is, that's just a part of your story. But that's definitely not who you are. I don't see you and see that. I don't see you and think that that is what it is. That's not... People don't see my past and think that that's all I am, and I damn sure don't. So I done grew from that. I done grew from that. I'm not there no more. And even if I was, I still have so many more layers that's just not what we're gonna sit there and portray to the world. We're not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna sit there and look at myself and tell myself all the bad things that have happened to me, because why? For one, nobody else is sitting here just doing that. And if they are, you need to get the hell away from them immediately, because they're weird. They have their own shit that they got going on that they don't even want to sit there and look at themselves about. That's why they keep doing it to you. So get away from them immediately. But second of all, most people that aren't like that are not sitting there looking at you thinking of like all the bad stuff, because they have their own bad stuff. So when you be like, oh, why just do this because everybody thinks this? Girl, ain't nobody worried about you. You know how much people don't be worried about other people, but everybody swears that everybody's worried about them? Everybody thinks everybody's worried about them. That's a problem. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Pay attention to what you believe about yourself, and fight those negative thoughts. Fight those negative beliefs. Like I said, you are not what you've been through. You are not where you came from. You are not the bad things that happened to you. That is not who you are. And you have grown from that. You are so much more beautiful than that. You are capable of so much more. So please, 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 please do not talk down on yourself. Cut that shit out immediately, please, because your thoughts become your actions. When you think that you are not that, you're going to act like that. If you think that you are so, you will act as so. So yeah. Number 9, stop people pleasing. Let's cut that out. Stop people pleasing, please, 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 because you have nobody else to please in this life besides yourself and God. That is it. That is all. You are the one person living this life. You can't even probably please your kids. You can't please your mom and your dad all the time. So trying to appease other people will sometimes leave you unfulfilled. And sometimes I feel like we feel guilty for doing things differently than what we used to do, or want to start a new journey, want to do something that you feel strongly in your heart that you want to do. But at the end of the day, like I said, regardless of whatever anybody else wants you to do, this is your life. Your one life that you have to live for however long. That's whatever. What are they gonna do? Like, that's what I be feeling like. What are you guys gonna do? Like, what are you guys really gonna do? Like, I don't really care. So that's how you have to think about it. Cause like, what are you gonna do? You might be mad about it, okay, and we'll get over it. So for the most part, and if you completely, want to cut that line because you feel like what I'm doing for my life is not helping you, or you just can't support, then that does hurt. But that is something that, like, you are still living in your truth at the end of the day. So stop people pleasing. I even had a cousin, and she was like, oh, I don't want to go out so much and I don't want to drink so much, but I feel bad for my friends because I didn't really understand why she felt bad, but she was saying like she just felt bad for basically wanting to do something different and kind of take a step back. And in my opinion, that's not nothing to feel bad for, because you're still doing this for you. You don't have to do things that you don't want to do to appease them. You don't have to do that. If that's not something that you know is not fulfilling you, not working for your life, not helping you get nowhere, then why do you keep doing it? To appease them? What does that have to do with your life? I mean, yes, you have that friend, but if they can't see that I'm doing this for me and I'm not trying to do all that because of, you know, what I got going on, friend, and we can be friends in other areas, then that'll be that. Also, everybody's on their own journey. So what you got going on and what I got going on, and what you got going on is completely different. And that's because we are two completely different people. No two people are the same. So no two people are going to sit here and think the exact same. Usually when people are like that, they're weird and they're copycats. And I've heard about the weird friendships like that, where it's like, really, she was trying to imitate you. But for the most part, yes, you guys can be similar, but exact same thoughts and that exact same thing, no, nobody's going to have that. So yes, it makes sense for me to feel some type of way, and maybe some people not around me not wanting to do that, because we are different people. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody has their own revelations. Everybody has their own realizations. Everybody has their own testimony. Everybody has all of that goes into their story. They're in their chapter. They're making their own movie, writing their own book. So you just got to do that for yourself. You really have to do what serves you best, period. Stop appeasing other people. Appease you. If you aren't really happy with it, change it. If you're not happy with it, stop doing it. If you're not happy with it, cut it out. Period. Okay, number 10, prioritize yourself. That kind of goes into number 9, but like really, really, really prioritize yourself. You need to make sure that you are good before you're making sure others are good, because they will never be as good as they could be if you were good, because you can fill others' cup from overflow. But if you're pouring from an empty cup and you're giving people 2-3 drops, come on now. But if your cup was full, you could give them the overflow, and it would be so much more resourceful than the 2-3 drops you have. And that goes for anything, emotionally, financially, mentally, spiritually, just in general. Prioritize yourself and make sure that you are good. Make sure that you are doing the things that you want to do, that are helping you, that are filling you up, that are pouring into you, that is helping you learn, grow, heal. And it's just an ongoing journey. It is just an ongoing freaking journey. And I know having kids, I know relationships, I know jobs, I know everything in life is hard. Everything in life will not stop. It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming, right? And you just have to learn how to maneuver. You just gotta learn how to juggle. But the more that you pour into yourself, the more equipped you'll be to handle all these different things. The more equipped you'll be to navigate these different things, and to have more clarity and more guidance and more trust in yourself and more confidence, and just overall be better, and be better to yourself and be better to the ones around you. So prioritize yourself. None of these habits are revolutionary. None of these habits are just like magical. They're pretty simple, but start with one this week and see what happens. And then maybe add on another one next week. But I definitely would start to implement them like now, and I think that this will help you for sure. These are 10 things that I would recommend to anybody who wants to get back on track, who wants to better themselves, who's just could use something. Like, where do I start? Just start with one of those and build it up. The challenge is really to do it more consistently. Small habits, big results, but I promise you, they compound. You keep doing these things, you will become a better, more confident, more efficient, more structured, more aligned person with who you want to be. And I pray that this helped you, and that you see the value in this, and you implement these habits right now. Like right now. And I'll see you guys in the next video.